What is going on with Ben Shapiro? Like, dang. Are you really like that obsessed? Are you really that obsessed with Candace Owens? Like that you can't stop thinking about her that much? Like this dude. I'm just gonna show you the picture I'm looking at of Ben Shapiro and Thomas Sowell. Who I like Thomas Sowell too. That's my guy right there. Good dude, good thought leader. And Ben Shapiro went to interview him. Look at his face though on the thumb. Look at his face on the thumbnail. It screams like, I'm superior. I got Thomas Sowell. Now that's your favorite person? Huh. All right. I'll show you. And the lengths that he must have went through. He must have been like, I want Thomas Sowell. I don't care what it costs, what it is. I want Thomas Sowell. You guys get in touch with. I'm sure he had people like scattering, scrambling, and scraping for. I'm sure he had people like going crazy in the office to get Thomas Sowell. What's up, y'all? Welcome to JonE America. Once again, I know I've been gone a little bit. I've been working like crazy, but I'm back. The good news is I'm back. I'm back with another video for y'all, and we're going to get into it. This video, Candace, woo! We haven't talked since Candace talked to Erica and all that. We haven't talked, but there's so much to catch up on. Hopefully I can keep all my thoughts together because I don't use notes, and my mind is going to be like, I'm looking like that meme with the fat kid. It'd be like, that's how my mind is right now. I just watched Candace today, and she is like going in on little Ben. Ben just got torched, bro. He got blazed. Man, if you wasn't losing before, you lost, bro. You lost. It is incredibly weird that Ben Shapiro is at AmFest. That's just very weird. Like, Charlie Kirk did not like you. Candace has proven that. She has dropped the receipts to prove that Charlie Kirk did not like you, Ben Shapiro. And this dude is at AmFest. Like, bruh, get a life. Like, get a life. Find a life, get a life, and keep a life. Like, what are you doing? It's like his whole, I'm gonna keep his picture here because as I'm talking to y'all, I'm looking at his mug, and it just looks like, I know this is the time nowadays people root for the villain, but this is not the type of villain you root for. This is not the type of villain that anybody is rooting for currently. I ain't got to tell you, don't root for him. Nobody is rooting for this villain. And it's just like, what in the world is going on? When did we get to this point? Like, when did we get to this point? I don't know. Like, Ben Shapiro up on the AmFest, he's up on the AmFest stage talking, and it's just like, nobody is trying to hear what he's saying. It's just crickets. It looked like he done paid some people to cheer. Candace getting emails saying nobody's really cheering. We don't know why he's up there. Dang, there's just to be taking those L's and to just keep having to pay to make it appear that you're taking W's. Like, that's crazy. I would be really, really annoyed with that. So I get it. I get why he's mad, but bro, that's been so long ago. It's like, are you trying to, I'm thinking, like, I put it in Candace's comments, like, I think he's trying to smash. Like, like George need to watch this little dude because he trying to get out. He must really want Candace. This doesn't seem like normal. This seems like you want her. That's the vibe I'm getting. And I know you probably ain't supposed to do stuff like that with people outside your race, but sheesh, good Lord. According to the Talmud. Like, I don't know if you're supposed to do stuff like that, but good Lord, bro. Good Lord. You need to relax, bro. You starting to look stupid. Like, you ever had that friend that's like, I guess it's just like obsessed with somebody, but like in a negative way. Like, look at her. Oh, her shoes is this. Her shirt ain't even matching. Like everything, every day, all the time, every time you go to school, this person is talking about this other person in a negative way. And you just gotta be like, okay. Like what do you want? Like, why are you obsessed with this person? I get it. Okay, you don't like her, but god dang, what are we supposed to do with this information? Like, what do you want? What do you want? And it's like it's clear what Ben wants. He wants Candace gone. Like he wants her to be gone, literally and figuratively. Like, what kind of weirdo does stuff like this? Candace goes on. This is when Candace was working at the same network as him, at his company, I guess. She's working there. She says this comment about genocide is never right, which, I mean, genocide isn't never right. What are we doing? Like, why do we gotta even negotiate that? Why do we gotta be like, well, no, you should never, there should never be a genocide. And I'm just gonna say this. I don't know if anybody else is saying this, but hurt people hurt people. Abuse people abuse people. Like, are we not putting together the dots here? Like, does some of the things that has been said about like a Palestinian life is not worth a life, like what? Do you realize somebody in Germany was saying the exact same thing about y'all? Like, do you get that? Do you get that, like, you're doing what he did and he's so terrible? What is the difference exactly? Extermination of people, extermination of people. Like, what is it about that people don't see that? It's like this, I just don't even know what to call it. And same thing happens with black people. Like, black people went through so much racism, so therefore we're racist. Like, what? Like, we can't be racist. We were like, yes, you can. You're saying some racist shit. Like, you can be racist. It's the same thing. You can be evil just like you were done evil to. And actually, chances are you're more likely to be evil because something evil was done to you. It just is what it is. It's how things go. It's the circle of life. That when somebody is abused, if somebody abused a child, you look back in the history, chances are you might find that somebody abused them. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm putting on some socks, my feet cold. Tell me I'm wrong. Like, that's how that goes. If you were abused, you're gonna be abusive. And that's just how that goes. And the you know who-ish people seem to not get this. They don't seem to see it. They just be like, while they're abusing a whole group of people. Like, I thought genocide was bad. I thought that was the wrong thing about the whole thing. I thought that was what was not cool. So why are y'all doing it? How does that make sense? And it's not everybody, obviously. They're not the government. I'm sure there's people that are, you know who is just, and they think just like me, like, yeah, this is terrible. Because just like I think, look at black people, when black people are being racist AF, I'm like, yo, what are we doing? I thought we didn't want to be racist. I thought we wanted an equal chance, an equal shot. I thought we all wanted to be equal. That's why I be looking at women like, yo, what are y'all doing? Like, I thought y'all wanted equality. Seems like you want the advantage. That's what it always happens. The people that want equality end up wanting the advantage. It's like things never get even. We never can get dead even. The pendulum is over here, over here, over here, over here. It never evens up. That was my rant. Anyway, let's get to the funny stuff that Candace was saying. Yo, Candace even dropped the F-bomb on Benny. But yeah, this was crazy work, Ben. That was dirty. And I'm a petty person and I got respect for petty, but it's the fact that you don't probably even like this man. It's a real talk. Like, you probably, if he was really this close to you, you probably was like, ew, give me a wet wipe. He probably was like, I need a wet wipe. After touching this man's hands, I don't know where his hands has been. All right, so let's go to the other part of this. Dang, Ben, you ain't nothing. I'm gonna play some of Candace here.
On the 16th, and Ben gets Thomas Sowell, who he doesn't care about, I'm working at the Daily Wire at this moment, and I'm about to give birth in 3 days. But this was supposed to be like an F you, Candace, for taking the high road and saying that genocide is always wrong. That is what I mean when I say he is an incredibly petty man. Okay? Now, we know how this ends. I then am fired not for what I said, but for what they assumed that I meant, and for trolls that I didn't respond to. And I want to be clear, you can fire whoever you want. You really can if you're a business owner. It's just that this was atypical in the fashion that it was done, right? It wasn't done in the way where you just say, okay, get out of here, it's not working. Instead, what they decided to do was humiliate me in front of all of the other employees.
Yeah, there we go. That's better. So, so, so Ben Shapiro paid allegedly, possibly, up to $1 million to be a donor and to be a speaker at AmFest. And he took his time to just talk about Candace, of course. Now, I want you to keep in mind that Charlie Kirk did not like him. Charlie Kirk could see what he was, who he was, how he was. He didn't like him. Candace showed the text. He did things to troll him. He took pictures standing up big and tall next to him on purpose. So I'm gonna do another picture. I'm gonna stick my chest out just to make him look smaller. And he did it on purpose. But because I think Ben Shapiro's like 5'3". I'm exaggerating. I don't even know. He might be 5'2". I don't know. But yeah, Charlie didn't like him. Charlie never really liked him. He talked about him in many texts. Candace has shown plenty of texts showing that Charlie never liked him, right? And it just is what it is. They didn't like him. Never did. I can see how. I don't see how anybody like him. I don't see how nobody could watch that content. I watch all types of content. But when I hear him speaking and some of these other people, I just be like, no. It's just no resonation at all. Like, who cares about what you're talking about? We just don't, we're not clicking on the same levels. So that was that. But for Ben Shapiro to be at AmFest right now is crazy work. And I bet he couldn't wait to go and speak to the people there. And I just want to say, I don't know if you've ever seen the debate that Charlie put on at Turning Point USA between Josh Hammer and Dave Smith. And and I really didn't know neither of these people, to be honest, till like this year. So I watched them both debate. And immediately, I'm listening to Dave Smith make his points. Then I hear Josh Hammer, and Josh Hammer is just like, hey, guys. He's talking to the crowd. He didn't even like Trump. And we're MAGA, right? Yeah. Hey, guys. And he said this about Trump, but I didn't never say anything about Trump. So you're with me, right? And it was just like so weird and off touch. Like it gives you the vibe that they literally do think you're stupid. Like they literally think you're dumb. Like they think like, I could just say this and they'll get on my side. Like you're a 3-year-old when you got a sucker. Hey guys, I got lollipops. He doesn't. Whose side do you want to go on? Mine? Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? That's how he was talking to them. Very condescending, very like elitist. Like it comes off. Just so I don't care if you get mad about this, but just so you know, it comes off in how you talk. People get that vibe. And it's not the normal people. It's those ones you're seeing on TV. The you-know-who-ish people that you see on TV, the elite. Like, it's very weird and icky, like, and cringe. And I hate to say cringe. I'm too old to be saying cringe, but it's really cringy. Like, ew. Like, what is happening? What world are we in? Like, what world is this? So, let's listen to Benny talk let's see what he get for his money.
Have put me and Tucker and Charlie Kirk through. Take a listen to a portion of what Ben had to say.
So, if Candace Owens decides to spend every day since the murder of Charlie Kirk casting aspersions at TPUSA and the people who work here, who worked with Charlie every single day, his best friends, to cast aspersions at Mikey McCoy and Andrew Colvin and Blake Neff and Tyler Boyer, and yes, at Erica Kirk.
to cast aspersions. That just sounds like a lawyer word. Like, just say what you say, man. You so out of touch. Just speak normal. Aspersions. People, there's people Googling the word because they don't care about what you're saying. It's just like so out of touch. He's saying that. And you notice what he's doing. He's like, yeah, guys, he's at Turning Point USA. Yeah, she's attacking Turning Point USA and all his friends and his family and da. Like, first of all, everybody know what's going on, bruh. We don't need you to come instigate things. We don't need you to come with your divisive ass trying to instigate things and try to turn people against Candace. Manipulative. Like, just get out of here. Get out of our face.
And to imply or outright claim complicity in a cover-up over Charlie's murder, to spew absolutely
What a loser. What a freaking loser.
baseless trash, implicating everyone from French intelligence to Mossad to members.
French intelligence. Yeah, it looks like it. Sorry. It looks like it. And the American people aren't falling for your stupidness, bro. We're not falling. It's like when people only have that one tactic and they be way out of touch. People that are way out of touch, they keep trying the same thing. It's like you're at the club and they're like, hip hop, hooray. Oh, you're looking at them like, what? Like, bro, you way off. Way off. It's like going on vacation. You somewhere on vacation in some island or whatever, and the songs that they're playing are so old. But it's like, it's the hip hop songs, and this is their version of being cool in the Caribbean or something. And they're playing like, hey, oh, hey, hey. Or it'd be like, it's some of them songs, I was naming them the other day. It's the funniest songs. It's just be like, what are y'all playing? This is so old. That's how these tactics are. It's so ridiculous.
Of TPUSA in Charlie's murder or a cover-up in that murder, then we, as people with a microphone, have a moral obligation to call that out by name. So no, Tucker Carlson, it is not an excuse to go silent on Candace's targeting of TPUSA.
You can hear the booze. You can hear the booze. Why don't somebody fix his eyebrows for real? And that mustache. Like, what is that? Why is there so much space between the bottom of his nose and the top of his lip? Like, that's a lot of real estate. That's weird.
Or to mirror her bullshit lines of questioning because you love Candace personally. The same holds true of Megyn Kelly, a person I consider a friend, characterizing Candace as a young mother and thus shying away from condemning her actions or fibbing about them. Why
are they always interested in somebody condemning somebody? Like, this has been their, you know who is Trey? I'm sorry. I'm not calling that. I remember that back in the day. They was doing that with Farrakhan. Condemn. You must condemn Farrakhan. Like, what? Get out of our face. Like, who are you to think that you get to dominate and tell us what to do? That is getting old. People are getting tired of that whole thing.
That is a non-starter.
A non-starter for what? To be your friend that you backstab later? That's what the non-starter, that's a non-starter. What? How about, I got a bigger non-starter. My concern is America. How about that? I bet that's a non-starter for you too.
Candace Owens says, I don't know, but I know. That is retarded. And we are all.
Wow. This is, yeah. The fact that he even said that, that's crazy. That's crazy because it's highly inappropriate, first of all. But that's okay. Like, it is what it is. He figures like, oh, I'm on the right. I can say shock jock stuff like this. Or I can say, ignorant statements like this. But then the weirdness of how he even talked, like, it's so weird. Like, somebody wrote this for me. Somebody write it. Somebody write me a banger response to Candace Owens. Whoever write the best banger response, like, losers. And I want it to be lit.
More retarded for having heard it.
Well, Ben, when it comes to you and having worked with you, I just know. I just know the tactics that you use to feign popularity in the public. I just know the amount of money that you are willing to spend on advertising to inflate your numbers to make people think that you're popular. So, yeah, I don't have to say we don't know no when it comes to you. You are such a joke of a little man. Your jealousy against Tucker, your ability to believe that you can keep manipulating the markets. You know those kids booed you on that stage. The amount of messages I got from Turning Point USA people saying, what is happening? Why is he on this stage? Standing against everything that Charlie believed in. That's what you're doing. You're standing against everything that Charlie believed in.
Literally. Like, I don't get it. Actually, TPUSA, Erica, and Cash Patel, everybody is going against his legacy. His legacy is to ask questions. He literally said if he was to get killed, he want Candace to figure it out. I want you to be my David. I need somebody in there that, in the foxhole that's ready to fight. I don't want nobody that's running. Looking at you, Brandon Tatum. I don't want nobody to run away. That's crazy. The amount of people that everyone I mentioned Brandon Tatum, the amount of, and I didn't have high hopes for Brandon Tatum. It's not like I used to watch him, but I did know he was Charlie's friend. But for you to not be trying to figure out who did this to him is crazy work. And for how you tried to play Candace in the beginning. Oh, the FBI looking at it. They know what they're doing. They know what they do. Bruh, seriously? That's what you're saying?
Because you weren't his friend. He didn't like you for that very reason. I look at you and I just think you are such a little worm. I could see you right now, probably. What can we get out to her? We're going to sue her into bankruptcy again, right? Sue her for every infraction, every word that I don't like, and every time my feelings are hurt. Because what you really...
That's some weird stuff. We do need to wake up on some stuff, y'all. Like, I think... I was watching this thing about Somali. Sorry, I'm getting a little off topic. But I was watching this thing about the Somali situation in Minnesota, Minneapolis. And how they're like so entitled and they came here as refugees. Oh, help me. And then we helped them. And it's like the snake that you bit the hand. You keep feeding that snake, the snake will bite you. The whole thing of don't bite the hand that feeds you. They don't even care. Like, they'd be like, everybody that America helps. People don't, and that goes to the things that people say, like, when you're helping people, the people you're helping, you think that they like you, they appreciate you. High chances are that they don't. There is high chances that the people you are helping, that you give things to and that you help out when they have a tight situation, they do not like you, as evidenced by the one time you tell them no. The one time you stop giving them everything that they want and need, and you just be like, you know what? That's it. No more. I can't do no more. I'm in a spot right now. I got to take care of myself right now. And then, you don't love us. You never loved me. You're selfish. You think you're somebody because you got all that money? They just be like, you be looking like, what? Like, what? I know I was going to tell you, give me 2 weeks. Like, but now I'm like, no, I'm not doing nothing for you then, since that's how you really feel. But that's how it is. Like, we have to continue to help these other nations. And it's like the moment we like, all right, we got to get our own stuff together. Everybody want to turn on us and we've been the one helping y'all? Please. That's crazy. It's crazy. We need to do something about this. Like, there's some stuff going on in this country, and when we get to the point that we can't even speak about it, they're literally taking away our free speech. Because I feel hesitant to say what I want to say. Like, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should. But like, yo, we can't do that. Like, we can't. How is it that our president is afraid of another president of a little bitty place? Like, what has happened? What are they doing? What are they doing that today is Friday the 19th. What is it that today, Friday the 19th, and they're supposed to be releasing the Epstein files, and Pambani's like, no, Like this is the day you're supposed to come bringing them. It's not a vote. The vote won overwhelmingly, like the majority, like 427 to 1 or something like that. And you're like, no, I'm not gonna bring them. Like, what? Run it. Who are you hiding? And what we know for sure is there's one place, one group of people that are protected. And whenever you're protecting this one group of people, there's one, whoever it is, the protected class always becomes the bullied class. CGA told a story about a fish. I'm gonna tell y'all this story. CGA, he on YouTube, Coach Greg Adams. He told the story about his fish. He said he had a tank full of fish. He wanted to get some fish. Tank full of fish, and he had this one fish in there. And every time he saw this one fish, it was just bullying this other fish. Just kept beating him and hitting him, just hitting the fish, just bullying him over in the corner. And that other little fish was like barely able to swim, barely able to make it. And he like, dang, I got no choice. I have to get the bully fish out of here. He took the bully fish out, flushed it down the toilet. And then slowly but surely, by the help of God, the fish that had been bullied started getting his strength together. You know, all the special care and assistance help him get back together. And then he came in there another day and seen that that fish that had been bullied is now bullying another fish. Like it's bullying the fish. The bullied fish is now bullying other fish. And he had to scoop him out and get him out. It's like hurt people. Maybe there needs to be some therapy or something. Like if you think that a group of people aren't people just because of where they are, like, and people here in America will be like, well, just, you know, those Palestinians are pretty bad though. I understand, yeah, they're people, but they're bad. You know, they marry their own this and they do this to their kids and that. And I'm like, ugh, that's disgusting. What the heck? Ew. But we still shouldn't kill them. we don't need to just like delete them off the planet. Yeah. And of course not that. But also, did you know that they do this, and this, that too? And I'm like, yikes. What the F? I can't believe they do all that. That's sick. These are sick people. But I still don't think we need to exterminate them. Right? We agree on that, right? Like, and you're talking, and it's like people are borderline at that point, like, well, I mean, if we did exterminate them, I mean, not if we didn't exterminate them, but if someone else exterminated them, maybe it wouldn't be that bad over there. Like, what are we saying? What are we doing? What are we saying? You're starting to be like the little dude in Germany. You can't do that. You can't just think that that's this whole superiority of race and everything else. That is the root cause of that. Hello? Oh my goodness. What a mess. What a mess. Candace, appreciate your video. And then she goes on. Let's talk about this part. I was looking for water. I have one right here. Oh, excuse me. Let's talk about this for a second. So let me find that part.
Who I found a lot of information about, actually. He's a pretty big guy, you know. I noticed that he is missing from September 4th to the September 10th on that show. And so I am looking to see, to just debunk or like remove him from the picture, that and maybe to get a clearer understanding that maybe, Mitch thinks he remembers things. I mean, he's super detail oriented, like telling me what kind of watch the
Okay, this part right here, Candace is talking about Mitch, and Mitch, who's the guy, ex-military guy or whatever, and he went through the whole thing, and he was at Fort Huachuca in Sierra Springs, all that. And everybody knows what I'm talking about here. So if you don't, go watch the show and catch up. So catch up, mustard. But anyway, Candace goes into saying, now this guy has basically said he's seen Erica at this meeting, this governmental meeting, Brian Harple at this meeting, a congressman, I believe, or senator, a congressman, I think, at this meeting, and very high military people at this meeting. That's what this guy has said. Right? He said this, not me. So first of all, when he was describing yesterday, when he was describing the young lady he saw that said she looked rich and she had a long ponytail and she looked like she just came from money, even though she was dressing down. He looked like she just had money. As soon as he said that and said those blue eyes, I was like, whoa, tell me Erica wasn't at this meeting. Like, tell me Erica wasn't at this meeting. And I'm not going to even say the whole thing of like, oh, well, I'm not saying she did it. I'm not saying she did it. Here I am saying it. But can we just get back to normalizing that when a spouse dies of murder, when someone is murdered, the first person in question is the spouse? Like, what are we doing? Why are we acting like that ain't normal? We've watched enough First 48. We've watched enough of this and that. Every time somebody is getting murdered, that they looking at the spouse. Like, if it's the husband gets murked, they looking at the wife. If the wife gets murked, they're looking at the husband. Like, this is normal. Boom. That's just normal. You coming in for some questions. You got to come in for some questions. I don't know if they ever questioned her. I don't get why they wouldn't. Just because this was public, now you're not going to question her? That's weird. That's strange. If I get, pew-pewed, I need y'all to question mine. Like, you got to better question my wife and see what's going on. Question her. I don't care. Ask her some questions. I can't rule her out just yet. Sorry, I can't rule her out. And they wouldn't rule me out either. Like, what are we doing that we just automatically rule her out as somebody that you need to question? You just need to ask her a few questions. Like, hey, who was somebody against him? Was somebody mad at him? Did he say last night that they want to kill me? Or did he say that the left wants to, delete me? Like, which one did he say? Did he say anything like this? Those questions should have been asked of her. Talk about privilege. That's privilege right there. You wasn't even questioned. Wow. When did that ever happen? That don't even happen to other white people. Other white people, if Sue Ann's husband, Billy Bob, gets deleted, Sue Ann, they're gonna ask her some questions. Especially if she's about to get life insurance. Especially if she was standing to take over especially when they have a lot of money. When they got money, you get in question. So why didn't they? Because now, I'm going to let Candace tell you this, and I'm just going to respond to it. But let me catch it back to the right spot.
That, and maybe to get a clearer understanding that maybe, Mitch thinks he remembers things. I mean, he's super detail oriented, like telling me what kind of watch the person was wearing, because he was like, I was going to go up to him and I was going to say something. But I'm going, I don't know anything about actually Cabot Phillips. And it was very difficult to find any information outside of his father, who I found a lot of information about. Actually, he's a pretty big guy, taking a lot of money from the Adelsons, and he's definitely a neocon. I'll tell you that for free. So I thought, could this be the reason that, in my back of my mind, could this be the reason that Ben's having some sort of a weird spiral? Does he know something? Or is this just a case, and it could be, just be very clear, it could be a full case of Mitch misremembering, but I didn't give him the context. I didn't say this is Erica's
To all the Candace detractors who always say, well, she just run with these things and they'll never. Notice what she's doing. She's like, I don't know. To be fair, it could be this, could be that. Maybe he's wrong. Maybe he's everybody knows this and sees this authenticity of Candace Owens, and I hope she always continues like this. You can see her being authentic, so therefore you just believe what she says. But when you see somebody like Ben Shapiro or Barry Weiss or Erica Kirk on stage, you're like, all right, it just doesn't jive with you. That's what they would say. That's a 70s word. They would just don't jive with you. So if it's not jiving with you, it's a reason. If something, and basically by jiving, it's resonate. If something's not resonating with you, it's a reason why it's not, because it's probably a lie. It's probably untrue.
Ex-boyfriend from 2017. And I just found that to be interesting. And yeah, so I don't know what the reason would be to say that you didn't date someone. You did. And I don't understand it. I genuinely don't understand that at all. And the internet did pull this up, which I think we can show that. Yes, we're that couple who gets painting lessons together. There's a lot of social media.
So on the CBS interview with Barry Weiss, I don't know why they gave her this scripted question about how, being a young woman and finding your Charlie or whatever. And she's like, yeah, I was in New York. I just wasn't dating nobody. I didn't date nobody. And she might have said that in jest, like nothing that I don't know. But they found this serious relationship that she was in. Like, and it's just like, girl, you just told a whole lie, or it appears as though you did. And again, that's bad when you are the wife of a person who was just eliminated off of this planet, and it's bad when you are lying and telling lies and looking guilty. Like, it's just bad. Why are you not a suspect? I don't know, but it looks bad. I understand everybody feels sorry for you, and no, but it probably should just some questions, just a few questions. We want to ask you a few questions. The questions you get should not come from Candace Owens. You should be getting some questions from the FBI, from the Utah police, and all these people. Everybody should be asking you a few questions because it's worth it to look. You got to ask the questions. Don't just assume. Don't just assume. How many times have we seen where a person is pewed off of this planet and then it was their spouse? We see that so much. Why are we eliminating that from this one? What is it? Is it white? Is it blonde? Is it the Christian aspect? Like, what is it? And then we see her on TV and everybody's like looking away, acting like we don't see her, acting weird, acting creepy. And for months, I would say 3 months, people have been saying that she's acting weird, acting creepy. And most kind-hearted Americans have been looking away. Like, no, I'm not even looking at that. I'm not going to look. I'm not going down that rabbit hole. The PSYOP word of the month, rabbit hole. But most people were not going to do that. But now I'm like, I saw this the other day of her dating this dude. Not only did she date this dude, Charlie knew this dude. Like, I'm like, oh my God. Charlie knew him. And not only did Charlie know him, he later ended up working at Ben Shapiro's network. What the heck is his network? I can't think of his network. Hey Siri, what's Ben Shapiro's network? Hey Siri, what's Ben Shapiro's channel? The Daily Wire. See, if I was live, somebody would have told me. I'm sorry. The Daily Wire. The Daily Wire. The Daily Wire. That's how much you know. I don't watch that crap. But this dude, Cabot Phillips, works for the Daily Wire. And it's like, oh, is that why Ben tripping? What is going on? So let's finish letting Candace explain about Cabot Phillips and Erica Kirk. And the whole relevance of this is that Erica Kirk last Saturday on CBS said that she wasn't dating before Charlie, when she was in a whole relationship. Like, girl, what is going on?
Activity between her and his family. I was also really compelled by how close she is with her cousin, this Nicole Rothstein, who defends her in the comments currently, by the way, and says, you know, Erica, people were asking why it seems like now there's this bend towards Israel. And Nicole Rothstein was like, I'm her cousin. She's half Jewish. I did not genuinely, I did know that she was part Jewish. I don't know about any of this at all, but it is interesting that they had a relationship, and I don't know why that's being wiped from the memory. There's nothing wrong with having a relationship before you find love of your life at all. And so I'm hopeful that we can get some answers. And that's why I ask them publicly. When I can't get answers privately, I ask them publicly. Do you want to know why? Because I have a right to ask questions. And like I said, I don't like the way Ben is signaling that he doesn't want people looking into Erica. Okay. And when people start looking in, they then find that a Daily Wire employee dated her. So that seems interesting, to say the very least. And we should figure.
At minimum, that's interesting. That's something that we should be like, okay, didn't know this. Then look into this guy.
Figure out, you know, what's actually going on. Like, what is actually going on? He even says the Mossad. I never once said the Mossad killed Charlie Kirk. So was that by accident?
Like a slip, like a Freudian slip.
Definitely starting to think in a major way that Israel's got something to do with killing Charlie Kirk. And the Egyptian planes, which we are putting the final touches on because I don't want there to be even one typo or mistake on this, that we're going to put up on our website. It leads you to Israel. It just does, okay? There's no question. That's why they were panicking about the Egyptian planes. Fort Huachuca is involved in lawsuits and sworn affidavits regarding 9/11. People who asserted that the prepping for that took place. The vibes are vibing here at Fort Huachuca. The more of it I learned about Fort Huachuca, and that's why we open you guys to this investigation to send us tips. And I would like to focus you on what we would like to learn. If you have concrete evidence of what occurred at Fort Huachuca on the early morning of the 9th, we want to hear from you. We do not want an email about what Mitch did in 1993. Okay,
we're going to skip through this part. Trying to get to the part.
When I pray for you constantly, keep it up. God is using you in a big way. Stop scary territory. You are evil. What Charlie, thank you guys, so evil. And this artificially, the guiding principle of skin. And if you're ready to wipe it out, or you have success, I want an email where that took place. Focus you on what we would like to say. There's no Kirk. We dated her, Erica. Okay. And when people start looking in, they then find that a Daily Wire employee dated her. So that seems interesting, to say the very least. And we should figure out, you know, what was that by accident? Definitely starting to think in a major. So anyways, let me. You know, taking a lot of money from the Adelsons, and he's definitely a neocon. I'll tell you that for free. So I thought, could this be the reason that, you know, in my back of my mind, could this be the reason that Ben's having some sort of a weird spiral? Does he know something? Or is this just a case, and it could be, just be very clear, it could be a full case of Mitch misremembering, but I didn't give him the context. I didn't say this is Erica's ex-boyfriend from 2017. And I just found that to be interesting. And yeah, so I don't know what the reason, we can't just like take that to the bank. Like I said, I am terrible with faces. So if I saw Cabot Phillips, I had to just from memory, there's like 30,000 other people. Phillips dating a girl. For some reason, I thought it was Sammy, the other girl that he had a crush on.
From this point right here, this is the point.
So funny. I'm trying to remember this. And then I saw a picture in somebody's TikTok of Cabot Phillips. I hadn't seen him in a very long time, and he works for the Daily Wire. And he had a beard. And that was the thing that he kept saying to me, as this guy had a beard. He's around 37. Anyways, I sent him the picture of Cabot Phillips, and he says, yes, that's the person I remember.
Bruh. No way. No no. Wait, this is like a telenovela. This is a soap opera. You gotta be. Sheesh. Ay, ay, ay. Adios mio. Are you kidding me? This guy was at Fort Huachuca. He was there. If he was there. Wait a minute. So Erica was there. Her security was there. Brian Harple. And Cabot Phillips was there. Her ex. Was she cheating on Charlie? Ain't no way. Is this as simple as it sounds? Like, could we just get to we might be done. This might be simple. Is this about an affair? Have anybody even looked at? That's why you have to look at the spouse. You have to look. Is this about an affair? Are you kidding me? Oh my God. We've all seen it happen. I don't know about y'all, but I used to watch plenty of Lifetime movies back in the day when I ain't had good cable. I used to watch them Lifetime movies and you tell me this isn't a Lifetime movie. Are we in a real life Lifetime movie? Is this about an affair?
Being at the base. Now I'm like, that would be totally crazy. Maybe, again, this could be a lookalike. And so I messaged Cabot Phillips and did not get a response. I messaged Cabot Phillips twice today, actually, and asked him if he wanted to have an off-record conversation because we can't just like take that to the bank. Like I said, I am terrible with faces. So if I saw Cabot Phillips, I had to just from memory, there's like 30,000 other people I would say it was definitely him too. And I can't trust Mitch's vision on this, but it at least is compelling. And I was like, let me do some basic fact checks here. What do I even?
Yo, that's crazy. if it was, I want to call him Captain Phillips. We'll call him Captain Phillips so we don't get sued. We'll call him Captain Phillips. But was Captain Phillips with Erica? Oh my Lord. This has just gotten so much more juicy. I am popping the popcorn now. If I was invested before, now I'm really invested. If this is all about an affair, you can't rule it out. I don't care. I know you're gonna be talking in the comments. It's not about that. It's about this and that. But if it is though, like that would be crazy. Was she having an affair? I think I'm putting it on my thumbnail. I gotta make it tantalizing and juicy.
Know about this guy, Cabot Phillips. And I know that he does the Morning Wire up at Daily Wire. And I checked and he's missing from the Morning Wire. He doesn't do it daily, but he does.
I bet he is missing. That's crazy.
Enough times that I noticed that he is missing from September 4th to the September 10th on that show. And so I am looking to see to just debunk or like remove him from the picture. That and maybe to get a clearer understanding that maybe, Mitch thinks he remembers things. I mean, he's super detail oriented, like telling me what kind of watch the person was wearing because he was like, I was going to go up to him and I was going to say something. But I'm going, I don't know anything about actually Cabot Phillips. And it was very difficult to find any information outside of his father, who I found a lot of information about. Actually, he's a pretty big guy, taking a lot of money from the Adelsons.
I think that's where I started the other part. That might be like that on the video. But I'm just going to start doing more videos, just live, less editing. Love it, hate it. I don't know what you're going to do. I hope you love it, though. Hit the like, subscribe to the channel. We can't keep making these videos and not even be monetized. People are like, oh, he's taking money. I'm not even monetized. I got like 150 followers or subscribers. And I appreciate you guys. I love you all the most. And I love when you're in the comments talking your ish. Talk it. Let's talk about it. Let's figure this out, because that's crazy. If this is all just a lover thing, you did not do this for carrots. Yo, that's crazy. I gotta call my little sister. She gonna flip when she find out that this just twisted and it could be about some messy lover stuff, like a lover's quarrel. Like what if Charlie and him was beefing or something? And he knew that she was doing this. And when he said, I think they're going to kill me, what if he was like, What if he was talking about? That's crazy. Yo. Well, I guess we'll be back Monday when she making the video. Actually, I'm gonna probably make another video on Sunday. And you guys just keep watching, keep liking these videos. These amazing, great, the best, most authentic videos ever. Not a lot of jump cuts and edits. Even when I sound stupid, I let that junk roll because I just make some mistakes sometimes. And it's just normal. It is what it is. People gonna make some mistakes. So I'm trying to be more authentic, see if people like that. I appreciate you guys for your time, your energy. Y'all be safe. I want to talk about Dan Bongino too. Like Dan Bongino, like, do y'all think like he's gonna come out and be like, this is what's been going on? Because I don't. He gonna be like, so in other news, Trump is finally gonna take on Venezuela. Like he's gonna be like saying, he's not gonna be like, and this was happening and this was going on. Like, it is powerful. Like it's powerful. But shout out to Candace. Like she won't fold. Like to be big time like that, and she not bowing. She's not bowing. She's not going to eat the king's meat. And everybody else has, you know, everybody else have. They bow down. And thank God for her. God probably was like, is there one? Do I have a man? And Candace is right there. Like, no, I said a man. And Candace still right there like, okay, Candace, you do it. Because he didn't have a man big enough to do it. But anyway, appreciate y'all for watching. Come back again. Let me know what you thought of the video in the comments. And enjoy your weekend. We're getting close to Christmas, y'all. Be safe. You know, the devil is mad. He would like to destroy you. Don't let him. Fight the good fight of faith. Love God. Live life. And make money. Peace.